Hey guys, your favorite clown back again to talk about one of my favorite hobbies, personal finance. More specifically, credit cards. Now, as a kid, I always thought there was a big stigma around credit cards. Ooh, stay away from credit cards. High interest rates. Debt is bad. But the truth is, credit is a tool. And if you understand how to take advantage of credit properly, you can leverage your money more effectively and earn additional money through sign-up bonuses, cashback, and more importantly, create investment opportunities for yourself. I didn't get my first credit card until I was 20, I believe. And looking back, I have huge regrets for not getting one when I first turned 18, as it would have made things a lot easier for me when I actually needed credit, and I'll be a lot further ahead now with building bigger limits and getting much more valuable cards in my arsenal. There was a time nearly 3 years ago where I needed hard cash to be able to invest into my business as well as bankroll to be able to do match betting properly, and I was just put in a situation where I just didn't have enough history, I didn't have big limits, I didn't even have any credit cards, and I needed hard cash, I needed a hard loan. And yeah, I was put in a situation where the best option was genuinely to take out a personal loan on ridiculous APR. The numbers were 5k over 12 months, 6.2k to pay back, so £1,200 in interest. Do not recommend anyone do that. Now, at the time, my situation, that was the option really. Like I needed hard cash, needed to scale. I didn't have anyone in my immediate family that could loan me that kind of money. I paid it back, no issues. £1,200 interest. Nowadays, I could use one of my credit cards like my Fluid card and use a money transfer offer with a promotion like 0% interest over 6 months with a 3% transfer fee of the entire balance. So in that situation, the same numbers, £5,000 over 6 months would be £5,150 to pay back. So only £150 in interest in comparison to like £1,200 interest. Obviously, yes, 6 months over 12 months, but you know, the opportunity cost of paying £150 to have access to £5,000 for an entrepreneur, that's basically free money. Like, it's not difficult to make more than £150 with £5,000 if you know you've got a bit of knowledge or you've got a business. But that's enough about me. How can you get started? Start getting that score increased and those bigger credit limits. Now, the basics. If you haven't even got a credit card yet, get one. Start building that history. Use it for day-to-day food and travel expenses. Doesn't really matter what card you start off with because you're just using it to get some history to start getting the better credit cards and the better promotional offers. Now, don't go randomly start applying for random credit cards without even knowing what your credit score is. I would use the websites either ClearScore or eFacts. They will take your information and match it against lending criteria for credit cards that they promote, and they will give you like a clear indication if you're going to get accepted or not, so you don't risk just randomly applying for credit cards and get that hard search without actually any gain of getting the credit card, because a lot of hard searches in a short period of time can have a short-term effect on your credit score. Now, let's say your credit score is fairly decent, you're on ClearScore and you've got a few options. Where should you start? Now, I'm a big fan of American Express. Their sign-up offers are basically free cash if you put your personal and business expenses on them and then pay them off in full by the end of the month, so no interest kicks in. American Express are also really relaxed with their credit limits, and it's much easier to get a bigger credit limit than it is with, say, Lloyd's or any other regular high street bank. A great card for beginners is the Platinum Everyday Cashback with American Express. This card has no renewal fees, and in the first 3 months, you get 5% cashback up to £100. And if you sign up using my link below, you get an extra £20 for signing up when you spend £1 on the card, so pretty cheeky. Plus, this is a cashback card, so on all purchases you get 0.5% cashback, and then after £10,000 in spending you get 1% cashback, so that will add up. But more importantly, you want to just build that good relationship with American Express because their other cards are well better. Now, I will say, to get access to that cashback, you do need to spend £3,000 within the first year of getting the card opened, so you know, £250 a month isn't that difficult. But be aware of that, and that leads me on to my next point, is always read the terms and conditions. So any like promotion or offer that you're doing, because you know, you need to know what you're doing to be able to get that bonus. You don't want to fall in any rabbit holes. So always read the terms and conditions, because they can be hidden fees if you do things wrong. Like late payment fees are a thing with a lot of credit cards, could be like £7 or so. So always read the terms and conditions. Now, my personal favorite card is the Amex Gold. It's just a great card to get to the collection, but I wouldn't sign up for it unless you're spending fairly big or you're planning a few larger purchases to take full advantage of the sign-up offer. So if you sign up and you spend £3,000 within the first 3 months, you get 20,000 points, or 27,000 points if you use my affiliate link below, which is the equivalent to £135 in Amazon vouchers, which is basically just cash anyway. Like, you're gonna need to buy something on Amazon eventually. You also get 2 £5 refunds on delivery orders over over £10 each month, which, I mean, depending how you go, I do love a kebab wrap, so I do get a bit of value from this offer. And instead of cashback on the gold, there is a point system, which is equivalent to the same thing. Each £1 you spend, you get 1 point. 1,000 points equals £5 Amazon voucher, so it's 0.5% cashback in reality. And there's a second offer with the sign up on the Amex Gold. If you spend £15,000 in the first year, you get an extra 10,000 points, so an extra £50. So a bit more adventurous, but if you're going to spend the money, you just get a bit more extra money, you know, a bit of gin money. A bunch of other benefits that I'm not going to bore you with, but one other relevant one is that you get 2 free lounge access passes a year at a bunch of airports. So international as well, not just the UK. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to take advantage of that for sure. I'm going to wait until like I'm going on a trip and go get, because you get a lounge access. It's like free food and drink, and you get to like chill with some much better chairs and just space, not like bare cramped and that. So, you know, go there, get pissed up, go to the flight, vibes and that. Fuck's sake. I'm not even going to cut that, fuck it. So the card is free for the first year, then it is £80 a year, so that's your call if you're getting enough value from it. Personally, you know, the offers from the first year will pay for the second year, and I've got a respectable limit with American Express on my credit card, so it's actually a significant chunk of my overall credit utilization, which is, you know, all of the credit limits across all the cards I've got. So, you know, it allows me to hold debt on balance transfer offers on other cards, and it still only be a small fragment of my overall credit utilization, because I've not just got one card and I've maxed it out completely. Moving away from American Express, there are a bunch of other credit cards that have good money and balance transfer offers, like Halifax, MBNA, Fluid. I like Fluid. It's good for beginners as well, but you won't get amazing limits at first, but after the first year or so, you can start getting into the multi-thousands. Lloyd's as well. Any card you can get that has money and balance transfer offers has value. You can leverage that when it comes to making investments, or if you have, like, I hate to say it, but like there are people out there who are in, you know, they're in debt. Like they have issues with finance, and if you're paying high interest on a credit card because you're just letting the balance run, it makes sense to move that over onto a balance transfer offer on a promotional period of, say, 0% interest over 12 months with like a small fee on the overall balance. But, you know, then that cuts down the interest drastically. So a simple concept of using a balance transfer offer would be you use the American Express, you rack up 3K on house refurbishments, stock for your business, or buying, flipping PS5s or whatever, and then you use a balance transfer offer on a credit card to pay off that American Express debt, transfer it over on a promotional offer, say 0% interest over 12 months with just a fixed transfer fee of the initial balance, say 3%. So then your opportunity cost for that situation, that investment, is you pay £90 in interest to be able to lock up that debt for 12 months, and you just pay it back slowly each month, or you just make the minimum payments and then pay it off in larger chunks near the end of the year. So the whole thing is paid off by the end of the year and no additional interest is paid. Obviously, cash flow is king. You know, that's why people use credit, to be able to create an investment opportunity for themselves, as well as obviously the people who just spend credit on things they don't need or can't afford, which I don't recommend at all. But yeah, it's fine to pay a little bit of interest if the numbers make sense and you've got a use for that money to create more money. So I hope you guys got a little bit of value from this video, or at least motivate you to want to build your credit history and get those bigger limits. Any questions, hit the comments. Thanks for watching, boys.